Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Velvet Lounge Life. Yes, so, oh my God, can you feel the love tonight? Or do you feel a little bit unloved? Like you need a really good hug after seeing this movie? Okay, so spoiler alert. Number one spoiler, this movie is the same exact version of the first Lion King. The story is exactly the same. So if you're going to see it because you expect to have an entire new soundtrack or have some little pieces of the story filled in, well, you're not going to get that. You might as well watch the first animated version, voila, if that's the case. And honestly, you might be more fulfilled. So what are some of the positives of this movie? Number one, there are some amazing actors, real actors in this movie. James Earl Jones, we are not worthy. We're not. We are not even close to being worthy. He is absolutely amazing. Stunner number one superstar like always. Elfie Wooder, she is absolutely stellar as I think it's pronounced Cerebi. Who else did I like? Oh, this was kind of surprising because I wasn't sure how he would do, but Danny Glover was okay. He wasn't bad. And there were a couple other actors who were definitely, they made sense for the movie, even though you might be like, well, this person how do you say his last name? Rogan? I wasn't sure about him, Seth, but he actually was pretty good. But disappointments. Beyonce, my God, stick to leotards, line dancing, and hair wig flinging or whatever it is that you do, because yes, I like a few of her songs. Yes, I do. I am not like a mega fan, but I do like some of her music. But some people are meant to act, even if it's voice acting, and some people are not. And that's just the way it is. Keeping it real, keeping it 5 trillion. It was just strange. It did not make any sense. Plus, enunciation, like, you have millions of dollars. Like, I would definitely work on that. But it just wasn't a fit. And that's okay, because sometimes it just isn't. Like I said, Danny Glover, I wasn't sure about how he would be in it. He was actually better than what I expected, because this isn't really his wheelhouse. And I give him some props and credit for, trying this. But, I just thought he was okay. Oh my God, I was so, like, Jeremy Irons, I am a mega fan of his as far as his acting goes. But some of the issues I had was that he was just trying to oversell. And at some point, you're just not sold. It's just too much. So that was very surprising, especially to me, because I was like, oh, that voice, like everybody knows, whatever. And, taking it from his theatrical background, as well as, of course, the stuff in the movies. But it just, to me, the reason it didn't work for him is he just oversold it. His voice is still amazing, golden. Those are little drops of gold. Just like James Earl Jones, his voice I would equate to drops of platinum. Just absolutely amazing. Some of the other things, like I said, are, the CGI is good. It's fine. You've seen CGI before. It will be nothing that you haven't seen before. But when the animals start singing, I almost ran out of the theater. I was like, what is this? Like, why? Why us? Why anyone? For whatever reason, someone thought it would be really creative to have the animals sing. No, we did not want the animals singing. I wish that had never happened. I wish it was something I had never heard. You know, as far as a rating for this movie, out of 5 stars, I give it a 3. And that's just what it is. It technically is a 3. Honestly, do not waste your money. If I didn't have a ticket to see this movie for free, I wouldn't have saw it at all. But if you have an opportunity to see it, just wait until it comes on television on some, like everyone has cable or Netflix or Hulu or whatever channels they're selling this to. It'll be on. Do not buy the video. Do not buy the DVD unless you can get it for like some cheap price from a tag sale. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm saying it in a like, you know, be realistic. It's a DVD, for God's sake. You know, that's just my opinion. You could tell that this movie was actually made to be a partner with Animal Kingdom at Disney. So if you've ever been there, and we've been there several times, we had 2 horrendously horrible experiences there where I think alligators were poisoned by, what was it, antifreeze that had leaked out in their like, river thing that they set up for you to go into. And when we did the safari ride, we only saw like 3 animals, and 2 of those were giraffes that were in their enclosure. So that sucked really bad. And then another time we went, and it was, I want to say like once or twice more, and only because my daughter loves animals, we saw them. The last time she was like, I'd never want to come here again, because she didn't like the fact that the animals just seemed so enclosed, which makes sense. They need to be enclosed. They're not in their natural environments. They're in Florida, for goodness sake. But anyway, you could tell this movie was simply made as a companion to go along with the holiday marketing that will be coming up very soon. Why? Because the animals look really good. So you can imagine these as stuffed animals making all sorts of noises, add 2 batteries, and they'll say some words or growl or whatever. You can also tell that, you know, this will make some sort of decent possible video game, you know, for little kids or whatever. Obviously, like I said, it's definitely a companion to go along with Animal Kingdom. So you can expect, I would say, a couple, you know, sort of attractions or whatever, probably geared to and around that if they're not almost already there now. The other thing that I would not be surprised, obviously, if you were to see, you know, some sort of Lion King, you know, CGI 2, 3, and who knows how many more they can get out of you, as many times as you're willing to spend your cash. I sort of felt as if the reason why this was more a rainbow of actors was definitely to get money out of the pocketbooks and wallets of people of, you know, different ethnicities. They're not caring any more about you today than they did yesterday. It is a money grab. So, you know, that's my opinion on it. If you like it, see it. It's definitely appropriate for kids because it's exactly the same movie that was created when the cartoon version originally came out. So there's, you know, there's nothing that is really that different. It's really weird that I thought there would be like a couple, you know, like they would throw in some, what do they call them? Easter eggs or whatever they call them. I don't know, but you know, something just to say, look, this is a piece of the story you never thought about. Not to say that they would rewrite the entire story, just saying that, there would be, I would think like 4 or 5 little things where people who have seen The Lion King, because I know that like when we watched The Lion King with her when she was young, I could tell you eventually she could sing every song. She could, basically say the words, or quote whatever the actors were saying when they were doing their voiceovers. So that's how many times she saw it. This could definitely end up being one of those types of movies. But like I said, if you're seeing it expecting something different, that is not going to happen. But like I said, the best thing about this movie, James Earl Jones, wow. Alfie Woodard, oh my goodness. Seth Rogen, absolutely, he's hilarious. He's awesome. The CGI is really good, minus the singing. There's way too much animal singing. Animals don't sing. So I wish that was not in the movie. It made no sense whatsoever. So thank you so much for tuning in. And, if you've seen the movie, put a remark down below as to what you thought about it. If you haven't seen it, but think you will, after you see the movie, come back and visit and tell me what you thought. So take care and tune in again. We're going to start doing more movie reviews. We watch a lot of movies, so something we probably should have been doing before.